welcome to my second video. So for those who are first time watching this video, my name is Jonathan, and before I share with you what I'm going to share today, I just want to express my gratefulness and thanks to all those who have encouraged me on my posts, earlier posts on Facebook or even on Instagram. I just want to thank you for all those encouragement, and that is what's going to drive me or give me more courage to do more video, give you more content. Alright, so right now, even with that itself, I have a few other things that I'd like to share, but that's slowly going on. So today's second video on recovery movements. And so the first thing is, before I'm going to move on to do any of the stretches or any exercise, I think we'll share a little bit more about our parasympathetic nervous system. Alright, so previously I said by deep breathing, diaphragmatic breathing will activate your parasympathetic nervous system. That is good. The other thing that will actually do it, will activate your parasympathetic nervous system that help you to rest and heal, is actually when you're back in nature. Right? So some of you might like to, what do you mean by back in nature? Wow. So imagine when you're on a beachfront, in a garden, how do you feel? That's basically what most of us would say. You're going to go for a holiday to relax. Where do we go? Most of us would be choosing those kind of places. We were unlikely to say, oh, we're going for a holiday to relax by going to a city in Bangkok, in Hong Kong. Right? Nothing wrong about those cities. Those are great for shoppings and for other sort of entertainments. But I wouldn't really call that a relaxing holiday. But a relaxing holiday is really more for when you're at a beachfront, when you're in a garden, when you are in the mountaintop, when you're in those environments, your parasympathetic nervous system will kick in, will be activated. But you'll be saying, John, does that mean that we have to do this only when we go for holiday? No. Do you know that our brain, parasympathetic nervous system connects our eyes and some other things which I'll go into detail today. When you visualize yourself in that location itself, your parasympathetic nervous system, coupled along with your breathing technique I taught you earlier on, will help you to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So that's why in my recovery class that I teach, I would always share with them, I always kickstart the whole thing about breathing, and then the next thing about visualization of where they are. So give it a try and tell me what you think. Alright? So with that, part 1 of the class, of the video is over. Now I'm going to share with you the second part, which is about the stretches that I'm going to share today. So I've done the toes, I've done the foot, I've done the ankle. The next thing is moving on to the next thing is your calf and your quads. Now, most of us, if you have been exercising and all that, you already know how to stretch those, right? Which I'm not saying that it's wrong. All the stretches are wrong. I never say that. But there are, I wouldn't say 1,001 ways, but there are many ways to stretch our muscles. And today I want to share with you a stretch that would actually be a bit more directed, right? In the sense of, number one, it's more directed, more targeted to a certain group of muscles. Secondly is especially the calf stretches today, okay? It will be targeting and shortcut. How do we stretch a few things at the same time? I'm going to avoid that. So we're going to do the calf stretch and the quad stretch. So in the calf stretch, I'll be demonstrating only one exercise, because I think most of us already know how to do that. Most of us know how to do a calf stretch. But there's one stretch that we can do that will be targeting the toes, the foot, the ankle, and the calves at the same time. Alright? So with that, now we're in position to do our calf stretch. Like I mentioned earlier on, it's a combination of stretch together that targets your toe, your foot, your ankle, and the calves at the same time. Just to save time, because not all of us has that amount of time to do a good stretch per joint. Alright? So with that, this is how you're going to do. First, you're going to get yourself down into all fours with your hands shoulder width apart. Make sure your palm is directly underneath your shoulders, and your knees would be just directly underneath your hip. So from here, what I'd like you to do is, by extending your one leg out, bracing your core, do not slouch your back, do not round your back too much, just make sure it's in neutral. Tighten the core a little bit, suck in the tummy a little bit to get the stability, and from here, push as you're lifting your hands out. Push your hand down towards the floor. Flex your ankle if you can get a bit of attention to my ankle with my toes. Flex in, and with that, bring it down towards the floor. Once you have rested, from here I would like you to drive your heel or drive your whole entire body backwards with the heel as the driver towards the back. So you definitely feel the calves being stretched from here, right? So you are doing in this movement itself, you are stretching your toes, stretching your foot, stretching your ankle in dorsiflexion, and at the same time stretching your calf. Once you are stretched, maintain about 30 seconds to 1 minute, and then this is something that I like to teach you because our muscles are 3-dimension, not 1 dimension or 2 dimension. It's 3 dimension. It has a certain degree. So what I like you to do to feel the stretch of your calf slightly differently is to rotate the ball of your foot to one side and then rotate to the other side. So you can see how my foot is rotating from here, still pushing it all times, pushing it back, and you will feel your calves being rotated, being stretched at a different angle, different side. That done. So repeat that itself from one leg to the other. Right? So now we are set up for the next stretch, which is the quad stretch. So what I would like you to follow in this stretch itself is probably something that you have done it before, but not many people does it because maybe it's difficult to get into, or it's a little bit tough in terms of stretching the quads. But this is also one stretch that is actually not just the stretch the quads itself, but also stretch the hip flexor. Now, in order to do this, you either need a bench, like if you are in a gym setting, get a workout bench, or otherwise if you're doing this at home, get a sofa around this height, comfortable height for yourself, and get yourself a mat of just laying underneath the leaf over here as I've shown here. So how to get yourself into it? Firstly is to get one leg up onto the mat, onto the sofa. So get one foot, okay, really get it up onto the sofa, and then get the knees as close as possible to the sofa. And the next thing what I'd like you to do next is to get one leg up 90 degrees right in front of you, okay, and from here slowly go back up like this. Ooh. This is a good stretch. So as you're doing this, try to tuck your hip in, tightening the core, and then lean backwards as much as you can to feel the stretch on your hip flexor and your quads. Now, some of you may, because of you're not that flexible, or if it's really too tight for you, what you need to do, the regression for this is actually to move your knees a little bit forward, slightly further away from the bench, and then from here, lean back. This will be a little bit easier, right? If you want to put your knees all the way in, as close to the bench as possible, it becomes a bit more challenging for you, then just move the knees out. So square the hip towards the front, tilt your hip, do a posterior tilt, or make sure that your hip doesn't tilt forward, but bring it back in, alright? Tighten the core. Once you tighten the core, you feel your hip flexors are stretched even more, quads are stretched even more. Then the next thing what you need to do, if you want to feel the stretch a little bit more, and if you can, then just move back, backwards. Push backwards, try to get your bum touch the hip. If you can do that, best. If not, don't worry, like I mentioned earlier on, practice, make it better. So every time you do a stretch, just push back. Always remember to breathe in and breathe out. Hold for about 30 seconds to about 1 minute, and then just relax. Okay? That's it for today. For the two stretches, the calves, alright, the combination of stretches in one move, and then the quad stretch that I find is actually one of the best stretch for quads in that stretch exercise. So always remember to boost your immunity, other than doing the workout, which is essential, the other thing is to look after your recovery as well. So if you find the videos that I've shown, that I've shared, has been helpful, please feel free to share around. And I have also just started my YouTube channel. The address will be somewhere around at the bottom of this video, maybe at the slide or wherever that may be. Right? I haven't decided where I'm going to put it. right? So, but definitely it will be somewhere on this video that you're seeing for my YouTube channel. Please feel free to subscribe. I've done some other videos with my friends, in terms of movement and things like that. So feel free to share them, and if you really find that what I've shared so far has been helpful, please feel free to share it with other people as well. So with that, I'll see you in the next video, which I will be talking about the hip. How do you stretch the hip and the groin area in order for the best hip health that we can have, and at the same time some of the stretches will actually eliminate some of the back pain that you may be having. So with that, I'll see you in your next video. Ciao.